shit, you can't just pick up the Bible like it's like fucking hooking up a TV or something. You know, you gotta. This motherfucker is a fucking big ass Rubik's Cube 5000, man. And in the instruction book, you know, like that Hellraiser thing, man. You make one wrong turn, it's a wrap. You know, you open up a can of whoop ass on yourself.
But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned.
Yep, continue down the things that thou hast learned, all right? We have learned from learned men, all right? Through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So this is, hey, coming out in the cold, man. This is something that we've been doing, man. All right? We didn't just, matter of fact, the very first time we came out, man, it was in the cold.
It was around this time of year.
Yeah, it was on Christmas Day, matter of fact. You know, so it ain't like we just gonna stop doing it, you know what I'm saying? We got work to do, man. Because part of us practicing our faith is doing what? Being instant in season and out of season, man. All right? Continuing, all right? Because we're trying to be saved and we're putting in work. Hey, Lord, look, we putting our life on the line, all right? We putting all our selfishness aside, all of that, you know what I'm saying? We coming out here for you, you know what I'm saying?
It's the proper way to teach. Like we said, there's a certain time, certain things are a proper way to do things, okay? At a certain time, it wasn't the proper thing to be out here. If it's a blizzard, it's not the proper time to teach out of season, man. Okay, if it's damn tornado watch, it's not a proper time to be teaching out of season. You know, like, you go inside, okay? So, when it's cold and people are gonna be out, assumably, then that's the right time, because that's what we out here for, to gather the flock. Okay, I don't care what the conditions are, man. Okay, that's why Paul got mad at Barnabas, man. You know, even though Barnabas did a hell of a lot more work than Baloo and Nate and them, man. Barnabas wanted to chill for a second, man, and Paul got mad. That's how you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be ready to go in all day long, man, non-stop, man. Okay. You just, right after doing a sit-down, the next day you out here teaching, man. You know? Or however it works, you just could be consistent, man. That's what matters when you're selling, if you're selling a product, you know, if you're selling, like you sell hats, you know, you sell hats. Of course, you can have a high-quality hat, you can have a low-quality hat, but if you're consistent, that's what matters, man. If you always got hats, yeah, but if you know a dude that got a hat that nobody got, you know what I'm saying, and you only see this nigga once a year, you're not gonna call him to try to look for him to get that hat. But if you could get him, then you know you're all good. But if this dude is constantly out here, man, constantly, you wanna go? That's your go-to guy, man.
3 years later, people ask me, "Hey, man, you still sell hats?"
Yeah. But then what else? Like in sports, man. You know, you got niggas that put up 200 yards receiving, 5 touchdowns. You know, that ain't even in the league right now. Because you got people that are consistent. Megatron, he consistent. I don't care. Broken finger, you know, bad foot. Cam Newton had a bad ankle, hopping in the huddle. Consistent, man. Okay?
Work is work that gotta be done.
Yeah. You have to be consistent. That what makes you relevant, man. Okay? All that knowledge, Baloo been in the truth longer than I have. Or he knew he was an Israelite longer than I have. He had more knowledge, as far as, I can't say he has that, because he's stupid. But he's gathered more knowledge. He's been in this thing longer than we have. And we're consistent, man. Consistency pays off. Okay? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Like, if you ain't working, like you always say, these athletes, man, while you sleep, I'm working. You know what I'm saying? While you you're not in the brick hole, we out here. That's why we accelerate so far past a couple of these guys out here, man. Because of consistency, man.
Yeah, like even if you can be the best rapper in the world, but you know what I'm saying, if you ain't out there grinding to get your mixtape out, but the weakest rapper, you know what I'm saying, Fetty will come out or something like that, but he and everybody, you know what I'm saying, barbershop, you know what I'm saying, he pushing his music to the clubs and all that, you know what I'm saying, he gonna get heard before you, because he working harder.
or you got, you know, your battle rap. You got T-Rex and Cassidy. They started about the same time, and Cassidy stopped, and he tried to get back on with them outdated bars and shit. You know, I rain on a nigga. That's a raindrop. Like, okay. Like my watch black and yellow like a bumblebee. Like that's Captain Obvious over here. You know? Like, you know, but and T-Rex more, you know, with the times, man. But they started at the same time because that guy's been consistent. I hate to get that reference, but yeah, I watch it, you know. But at the end of the day, I hate to get a reference because, you know, certain people can't digest that when we listen to stuff like that, you know. Oh, you can listen to that, oh man. Probably start trying to battle and shit. Hebrew Israelite, beard and shit, bombs on the stage. One of the niggas in Nate's camp.
Hey, we gonna carry one of them on smack. Rookies versus vets. Two
background with a cup.
Man,
Garland, so who your borders? Who your fringes?
you ain't got no borders.
You within the Babylon, that's the wicked of borders.
Imagine how the nigga slogan would be.
That's right.
Man, don't let that nigga have a hype man, bro.
Never been a week.
Do this way. Verse 14. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned, and thou hast been assured of.
Yeah, that has been assured of. I believe we are supposed to be out here in the cold, man. That's consistency, man. I believe we supposed to be out here in rain and heat, whatever, because
We just talked to a guy. We talked to a lady last week. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's a surety right there. Okay? There's people out here. Okay? The theory of that nobody comes out in the brick cold is foolishness. Okay? Continue thou in the things thou has been assured of. What works? You know what I'm saying? Stick to the basics. The milk. You know? That's the surety. Being out here. You be out here. People be outside. You come outside. That's simple. You know, niggas always trying some new shit, man. Trying to do a flying armbar and shit, man. You know, if it happened like that, then let it happen. But you still stay in consistency, what you've been assured of. Don't try to put your game all around a flying armbar. You know, you nailed it. It looked cool. Everybody cheered, and then you just forget about footwork, jabbing, keeping distance. And you just go for the flying armbar all the time. You know, nigga punch you in the face now. You don't understand. Now you're trying to get back to the basics, and it's too late. You're fighting now. You know, like, it's too late. You gotta get that ass.
you're in the middle of the match trying to.
Yeah, you gotta stick with the basics, and whatever comes to you, you get that. So what we're doing, we're instant in season, out of season. If the spirit comes on us to do a sit down or a walk and talk, or to spontaneously come out here during a special occasion in the society, then we do that, man. That's that flying armbar. Like, if they having a protest out here, and there's a bunch of people, you know what I'm saying? Then that's a flying armbar. That just so happened to happen. But we ain't gonna sit here and wait for a special event like the Million Man March in Nebraska. Then we gonna come out. That's the only time we come out and shit. And then you don't come out so much that you don't know how to deal with people no more. And you try to find the basics again. You know, you already got caught up, so now you're just gonna get tore up by it. Once a 2/3 of a heathen find a hole in your shit, they gonna ride that out, boy. You know?
That old girl, the nightmare for leaking.
Yeah. Y'all go over there and they'll kill y'all. You know that, right? Like, it's just, they find a hole, they gonna ride on it, man. Boy.
Knowing of whom thou hast learned it, and that from a child thou hast known the Holy Scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through the faith which is in Hamashiach Yahushai.
Yeah, like it says, that's rehearsing the righteous acts, man. All right, the things that's in this book, rehearse them, practice them, keep them, man. All right, you ain't gonna get salvation like just knowing it is sitting at home, or being what they call them, computer warriors and shit, like
Keyboard warriors.
keyboard warriors. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put in work, man. All right? Because you sitting on.
I'm just saying it's easy to spectate. It's easy to spectate and tell a person if that was me, or you should have did this or you should have did that. It's different once you're in the fray, man. You know, even we'll mess around and I'll be playing Madden sometimes, and the person like, you should have passed it over there. Like, yeah, it's easy to see that shit. Looking at it, it's easy. You know, it's easy to tell. You know, even Ronda Rousey or even tell Cotto what he should have done, man. But you're not in the fray, man. It's more respectable when you're in there. It's easy to tell. What's that guy? The Seahawks coach. Pete Carroll. You tell Pete Carroll that he should have ran with Marshawn Lynch. But you're not in his shoes, like, you know what I'm saying? So you don't know, like, Wilfork. You're not seeing Wilfork and knowing his capabilities as a coach, knowing the strategy, playing chess. You know, you don't know. You're not there. So that's Baloo. He's a keyboard warrior. These niggas always have niggas that be talking shit don't have no videos, man. It's only a playlist of stuff that they agree with. You know? They ain't out here, man. It's easy to sit here and talk about how you should treat when they had that you're a slut situation. Easy to stand and say, oh, you could have done that. You shouldn't have talked to her like that. You ain't out here, man. You know? You ain't out here dealing with these women, man. Dealing with these 2/3 to tell somebody how to handle it. You know? Cause here it is. Baloo, dude spit on Baloo. He assaulted him. You know what I'm saying? So if a woman spit in his face, he would have did the same thing, man. Guarantee that, man. Then he broke down when he got busted up by the cops. That's when he stopped coming out, man. Got weak, man. That's the real gist of it. You know? Yep.
He wasn't consistent, man.
Consistency, like no matter what. We got shot at. We on shit, you know?
Yeah.
You know? And we went back to the spot. I don't like going over there. You know? Ain't nobody, it's like talking to a parking lot, man. You know? Find myself feeling like I'm talking to a parking lot. You know? and one dude's there standing over there looking at a distance, you know? It's rare. It's right. Walk off and shit, like, you know?
Fucking random homes. I believe in God.
So that's, you know, I prefer the Lincoln, downtown, those spots are some good activity, man. That's where the good activity spot at, you know? We were talking about going to Kansas City, you know, with the brothers, you know. Jefferson, the brother in Jefferson. We leak up. Yeah, I don't want to go to Jefferson. Jefferson ghost town, man. Love that brother, bro. Ain't nobody out there. Ain't nobody out there. You know? But the Lord got him out there. Somebody's out there. And somebody needs to hit that judgment. You know? That brother goes in. You know? Go ahead. Oh, we just going to second.
Yes,
Two scriptures.
Yeah.
Verse 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness.
Yeah, so this is that sound doctrine, all right? That, well, like you said, you can't just practice an arm bar, man. All right, you can't just use the scriptures for one reason. Like, it's given for all of those reasons, man. All right, and like you said, being consistent, you gotta be consistent in that. Consistent in coming on the highway, so we can be consistent at sealing the elect through your how by Hotshot, man. All right, go ahead.
That the man of the Most High be perfect.
Yeah, that the man of the Most High be perfect. How do you be like if you have a perfect fighter, man? They well-rounded. They good at plenty of things, man.
I go back to that undisputed, I believe, too. You know, that
yep.
Russian dude. You know, he said, I want to be a complete fighter. He was into boxing, JiuJitsu. He was into wrestling, taekwondo. You know, he was into all that, man. You know, me being a person that's into that type of stuff, I hate when niggas that's actually into martial arts talk shit about another art, man. Like, even though even though I'm a boxer at first, I'm not gonna disrespect JiuJitsu. You know, a lot of niggas be talking shit. You know, I believe you got a major advantage in JiuJitsu. Like, man, all fights start standing up. Yeah, but if I'm in the street, like, what if you run into me in the street? I'm gonna beat you up. And then when you go to the ground, I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna move away from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do then? You gotta stand back up. I'm gonna just kick you. I'm gonna take a stick and hit you with it, man.
Something.
You know, like it's gonna be a real street fight. Like I ain't gonna walk into it. So you gotta prepare for all scenarios. And that's how the scripture is. You're not always gonna run into an Edomite. You might run into a nigga. You might run into a two-third Negro. You might run into an Arab, a Muslim, a Catholic, a Baptist. You gotta be ready for all that, man. Strive for the masteries, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I looked up that word perfect. It says fitted, complete, perfect, having reference apparently to special aptitude for given usage. And aptitude means natural ability, man. So basically it comes natural. You know what I'm saying?
How you have something come natural through experience, through training. You know, you gotta keep doing it. You know? And I talked about that today with my coach. I'm like, it's natural for me to move a certain way when I fight. So now, when I shadow box, I got shadow box way slower than I used to, and just think about put your foot here, go here, turn here, and move an inch instead of moving a couple feet. You know, like I gotta think about that now, man. And I gotta, cause I gotta make it a habit. And once I keep doing it, then the other stuff that I need to worry about will become things I have to think about. And that's with the scriptures, man. You start out, don't eat this, don't eat that, celebrate this, treat a person like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you come into the high holy days, the Hebrew, the prophecies, the deep dark secrets. You know, definitions. You know, a lot of you niggas get complacent with just, you know, reading the notes from Ariyat. You know, y'all get complacent with that, man, and it worked. But you just don't want to add on to your arsenal, man. That's the same thing around the route. She got complacent with the armbar at work, but when she had to fight somebody that boxed, it was like, your habit. What's your habit? Going forward, trying to grab. You know. Told a person that the other day, man, and said, man, I like wrestling. I'm just used to, I can just go into the punch. I'm like, well, if you meet somebody that stops that, and they can box, their hands is better than your hands. You going for a shot, he take you, lift you up, push you back, bang, bang. He'll look at you like, I'm gonna do this all night. You know, what are you gonna do then? You have nothing in your, you have nothing in your bag. And they was talking about that. I'm gonna get this last reference. Then we get back to the scriptures. They're talking about Klitschko and Tyson Fury, that Klitschko could not adjust to Tyson Fury. The fact that Tyson Fury is a taller boxer, a better boxer, Klitschko did not adjust. Here it is, you're the shorter guy and you're clinching. How you the shorter guy and you clinch? Somebody that's taller, you're small, you want to be on the inside. But he's so used to being tall that he couldn't adjust to the situation. You know what I'm saying? And people think, oh, yeah, I can just... No, man. You got to be able to adjust. And that's how the scriptures... That's why you got to know everything in the scriptures, in and out, man. Okay? Because you can go to church and talk about the Ten Commandments, but, well, you walk into one of us, man. And we the people that you've been hitting people with double legs all day, been working, but we stop that. And we be like, nope.
Hellified
nope.
strong.
Let's get in that Leviticus, though. Let's get to them other laws. The other laws done away with. No, let's bring this up. Bang, bang, and we hitting you all kind of way. And you just so stuck on that double leg. That first fight with Jessica and the girl with the
with the shit in her hair.
Yeah, that shit in her hair, man. That's exactly that's exactly how niggas is in the world, man. You so used to this one way and it always works. You know, I got grace. But yeah, you got grace and everybody walk off. No, we gonna be like, yeah, you got grace, but this scripture say you can't do it like that. You can't do it, well, I'm gonna pray in the name of Jesus, but you can't pray and miss. You ain't used to people bringing out them scriptures like that, man. Or this mean that, the world, the definition of the world, you ain't used to definitions. You just were used to this one way, man. You know, that's Baluch, that's Nate, okay? They used to it one way. Nate tried to adjust, but he just don't have the spirit. He ain't a fighter, man. He He's just a showboater, man. He in it for the wrong reason. So his adjustments ain't right, man. Saying the name of Christ is the right name, man. But at a point, your adjustment, that was your adjustment. Before that, it was Yahweh, the tetragram and all that. And then we don't know the name, and then now the name is Christ. He makes wicked ass adjustments, man. What says basically the wicked shall wax worse and worse, man. You know?
Yeah, that's what we just read. We just read that.
Go ahead, brother.
Verse 17, that the man of the Most High may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
Yeah, thoroughly furnished unto all good works, man. So well-rounded, man. All right? And we gotta continue in that, be consistent in that, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Just to add on to what y'all saying. This is the book of 2 Peter's 1 in chapter 1 verse 5. And besides this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge, and to knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience, and to patience godliness, and to godliness brother.
Can you run it back right quick?
Come. This is 2 Peter's 1 and 5. And besides this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue.
So you have diligence, all right, and it said add to your faith, all right, virtue, all right, go ahead.
And to virtue knowledge.
Knowledge, continue. You gotta read. You gotta go into your definitions. You gotta, even pray to the Most High that He allow you to understand this or even understand that, man. Go ahead.
And to knowledge temperance.
Temperance, you gotta have that the self-control, man. All right, you know what to do and when not to do this and when to do this. You know what I'm saying? If you just go in a fight, thinking you're gonna win with the windmill, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you gotta have self-control. You can't just go in swinging. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And to temperance, patience.
You gotta have patience, man. All right, you can't be like, man, it's been 3 years and it's ain't nothing happened. You gotta have patience, man. This thing is definitely about patience, man. All right, just like when you go to that job interview, all right, and you waiting on them to call you back. You know what I'm saying? Then they finally call. That's how this is, man. We having patience.
Yeah, you gotta have faith to have patience, though. Just like you sit there and wait on a bus, you know that bus is coming, so your patience level is very high. So it's the same as with the Lord. A lot of people run out of patience because they really don't believe He's coming back. It says that in Ecclesiastes. It says because the Lord is taking so long according to you, therefore you go into wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? So basically, because the Lord's judgment ain't coming to pass, you might, I might as well just go wild out then, and we'll see when He gets here. I see y'all looking at the sign. Y'all have any questions in particular?